I think your cute little orange cat kind of just it does represent pretty much your whole energy though.
Don't
Like
talk to me. I'm angry.
yeah, like every time I try to talk to you, you're like ah. So I was like, okay,
I'm busy.
uh, no, it's fine. By the way, we're live. Welcome to Race Over, everybody. Woo! Oh my god, your premiere Tuesday Formula top off. I don't know. Like, what do you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And
Chop chop. Take your Excedrin. It's race over.
it's race over. Take care of a dog. Get high. Whatever you need to do. And I actually, I'm excited because it was an actual exciting race,
Mm-hmm.
for once,
Yeah.
uh, which was awesome. And you know, I couldn't have had it better than knowing that Carlos Sainz was in last.
Actually, technically, it says that he was not in last because Nico Hulkenberg got disqualified.
All
So
right, all right. I
he
mean,
technically finished in 19th.
you know, you're not wrong. But first, let's take it back to the past. You know, take it back to the past. To practice one. Okay, everybody? Let's take it back. How many rookies did we have?
All of
Did you
them.
know all of them? Did you notice like who was like let me see here. Trying to find it. Okay, 10th ends with Oscar Piastri, then goes to Gabriel Bortoletto, then Hadji, then Luke Browning.
Mhm.
Okay, then Dino Biga for Ferrari, and then do you see that in 15th? Do you know who's in 15th, Spummy?
Lance Stroll.
Lance freaking Stroll! I'm sorry. Why is he still on the grid? I know I'm harping on this, but
I'm sorry. Are we just gonna gloss over Antonelli in last place there?
I was gonna get to that. But also Antonelli like showed up later, so don't you worry. Antonelli's fine. But what I'm trying to say is like Lance Stroll is like these rookies are trying to put up numbers and Lance Stroll's just doing his thing, and they're like beating him. And then there's like Drogovic, Ryo, Hirakawa, Vessi. Like there's all these other like people surrounding him that have never driven these cars before. I'm just
Say the only thing that I might be able to give him the benefit of the doubt here, like a little bit of devil's advocate, even though I don't like him, is they might have been doing a different oh my god, I can't think of the word right now.
setup.
Not setup, a different oh my god. Like like um nope, just keep going. I'll think of it later.
You're I what tire strategy?
No. It has nothing to do with the car. It's the um you know how like they do long race runs, fast race runs, different you know what I'm talking about, right?
Kind of, but like you're missing the keywords.
Thank you. I'm fully aware.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm kind of like I'll move on. I'm just saying like
Just move
what
on. I'll think of it.
when I saw this like I know the Lance Stroll meme hate meme is a thing. I just felt it was odd to point it out that they didn't like Aston Martin didn't run a rookie or didn't like, put him in the back like with Kimi Antonelli because that seems like sandbagging and if I remember right there was a car problem and it was
I
like
think so.
meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that was like forgiven. Like it just seems odd that he sucks this bad and is still here. Anyway, that was what I wanted to mention in practice is that annoyed the fook out of me.
They were on probably different practice programs.
Practice programs, is that the word you were thinking of?
I don't know. I don't think it is still. It doesn't feel quite right.
Okay.
Still doesn't feel quite right here.
Okay. That's
But that's
that's
the gist of it.
that's the gist of it.
So he
Yes.
might have been doing long race runs while the rookie might have been doing just hot laps.
Well, I guess you could say that, but then if you go look at practice 2, he's in 19th. And
Yeah, no. And again, I was devil's advocate there.
Yeah.
Still don't like him, but trying to at least find a little bit of.
But I also noticed something in practice too, as well, because Max doesn't usually sandbag. He's in 7th here,
Yeah.
and then Yuki was in 18th. But then that Oscar Piastri and Lando were 1, 2, and then George was 3, which
Yes.
everybody and their freaking mother predicted that was going to happen.
I'm pretty sure that was my prediction.
I don't remember. Somebody can go back and watch ours, but I feel like in my heart that was going to be like McLaren were going to be in the top 3 with Russell like jumping around in there somewhere. Like, and that
Been
and
very consistent.
it has been very consistent. And then it's also odd because then it's like Charles Leclerc was in 4th, Kimi Antonelli's in 5th. I just catch over 6th. It's like we're getting these weird numbers I'm seeing. Like the top 5 is becoming kind of samey.
Yeah. It's
And,
getting more set than it was before.
yeah, and is that because the cars or is it because the drivers?
I mean, at this point, I think this top 4 is. I think they all would be in the top 4. I don't think necessarily McLaren would be in this order.
Mm.
I honestly, in my heart of hearts, thinks that Norris probably would be further down if he wasn't in a McLaren. Not like super far down, but not consistently there. You know,
Right.
I think he would probably be the 3rd or 4th spot.
But isn't he's the current like running for like the championship?
Yeah, I think he's ahead by like 2 or 3 points though. Like it's
Where
not.
okay. F1 standings. I'm doing it live. You know, he's ahead by 3 points, and it's
Yeah.
his teammate he's ahead by.
Yeah.
With Max
So-
Verstappen with a nice 69 in 3rd.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think that
Nice.
McLaren is just going to be so dominant that it's not going to really matter. I think they're going to have the 1-2s the entire time. It's going to be like when Red Bull had the RB19
Yes.
and was just dominating everything, and no one could do anything because that car was just on another level. It's the same thing. They have 2 really good drivers, but also that car is just insane. So
it is, and I'm not suspecting they're like flexi winging it somewhere else or anything like that. I think they're just on their good year for once.
yeah. Like
And-
last year, you could see the uptick of their car, and they had it
Yeah.
down by the time they got here.
And like adding to that like strange like how the top like 4 or 5 is like becoming the same if you go to practice 3 timings again. Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Kimi Antonelli, with an odd Pierre Gasly in 6th. But then Hajar is still like around there beating out Max Verstappen's just times. Like this is still practice. This didn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like interesting seeing like these consistencies through practice, like constantly. And I'm like,
is like Hajar is putting up good times. I think with time, his racecraft will catch up to him. I
well,
mean, he's still a rookie, you know.
he is very much a rookie, but it's showing me that like Max's car is going to be shit for a long time. Hajar is better than we think he is, and Antonelli is at some point going to turn into Senna, like at some point in his life.
Point soon.
Mm-hmm. Right, he already has the face. Like he's just like he's almost there.
Yeah, no, he absolutely is world champion material. But yeah, he's just too young at this point. I mean, he's 18, so
which
needs a second.
is kind of nutty. I'm gonna like kind of pass over qualifying here because it Max like I don't know, like what was it, qualifying? Oscar George Leclerc was 1, 2, 3, and then Antonelli was 4, Gasly was 5, Lando was 6, and then he rolled. Fucker rolled, man.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that?
There was they were saying like he shouldn't have, or like they were arguing over the penalty for a second. I was like, no, he was over the line.
Oh yeah.
He was over. Like there's nothing that you could really say to, I don't know.
It was the fact that like he was caught.
Yeah.
Like so like the kid who like doesn't cheat is like the Poindexter. Max looks over, he's like, hey, he's over the line,
Yeah. Like
And
I mean, he was over the line. There's
by a
nothing that
full tire. My favorite part
Yeah.
though is that it didn't matter at all.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
he especially that and with the 5-second penalty that he got and
y-
still finished in third is insane. You know?
which like I'm gonna ask, like, is he? You say he's not that good of a driver, but him to like fight
No,
off
I'm not saying that
penalties.
he's not that good of a driver. I'm saying him with the car, obviously. Like I don't think he would be consistently first and second if the car wasn't that good. Like I think if the car was like a Ferrari, he would have been finished in like third or fourth.
Okay, I see. I
And
see.
that's still very impressive. Like with the
It
5-second penalty with
yeah.
that, like that's a very impressive drive. I just don't know if it would have been the same
It
if
it,
it would
wa-
be a different car.
it was. I feel Lando is he's not over driving. The car is better than what he is. Um, I feel like if he's output out of this car, he's gonna lose it.
I mean, he's not going to get put out. Like he is McLaren's boy, you know?
Oh, 100%.
Like
Like,
he's McLaren's boy the same as Charles Leclerc is Ferrari's boy, you know?
yeah, and
Um
I feel Oscar Piastri is just the new Bottas. Like, he just needs to like, get the calendar and he's there. Like they're
the thing is I would say yes, but I don't think he's as willing to kind of roll over
no
as
as
Bottas was
because
for
he did
Hamilton.
win. Yeah, he did
Yes, he
win.
did win, but like in any other like case, he was just rolling over to help Hamilton at the drop of a hat, you know?
Well,
And
yeah.
Piastri is not like that.
No, Piastri does fight a lot. I've noticed like he's a quiet ninja when it comes to that car. But
Yeah.
it's like it seems though every time there's team orders come up, they always shove Oscar back, even though he's just as good as Lando. But I feel Oscar put him in a shit car and to put Lando in a shit car, like say put them both in V carb, Oscar will always outdrive Lando in my opinion. I
I
just
think they've gotten better with kind of treating them equally ever since what was it, Hungary?
yeah, papaya rules.
When well they told Lando to let Piastri pass, even though the undercut made Lando in first.
Yeah.
That was kind of the first sign of like, okay, wait, Lando's not actually the
The,
golden boy that everyone thought he was, you know?
no, he was kind of a dick about it too.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where both of them are coming from. Of he was
True.
in first the entire time, but yeah, his strategy was better. So
It
like,
made
you
it
have
made
to get
sense.
rewarded for that. But yeah,
Yeah, it
I don't
made
know.
sense. It was still lame.
Yeah, it
I
was
would have
just
to
still
say.
that was the whole like the beginning of the falter between the two of them. Of
Now,
I'm good enough now to kind of put you in your place.
right. And with that like it just the race result was Oscar, George, Lando, Leclerc, and then Hamilton. Verstappen 6th, Pierre Gasly 7th, Esteban Ocon 8th, Yuki Tsunoda 9th, and Oliver Berman 10th, which all of those make me happy, I would have to say.
All
All
of them
the
very oh yeah. Okay, sorry,
all
I was looking at the wrong thing.
no, all those make me happy. I did want to mention though, what do you think of like I know this is going to get a little dorky, but the tires, like who the
Mhm.
fuck was put like whenever anyone put on hards, they seem to just mess up this whole
Yeah,
race.
I think the hard compound obviously was the slowest tire out of everyone. It just wasn't coming to grips at all. I don't know if
No.
that was just like the track temperature was either too high or it was dropping very quickly since it was nighttime. Um, I yeah, I mean, no one did well on that tire.
No. And
I,
that you can tell cuz like of who dropped like between like the starting grid and the ending, like everyone who did a hard strategy like ended up not gaining points it looked like, or not gaining point I mean positions, they all
yeah, I mean,
lost.
Verstappen went down to 20th when he put on the
Yeah,
hards, kept dropping down, pushed over to mediums, dropped to 20th, came back up to 6th. Like
yeah, it
that was a
was
perfect example of how bad the hard tire was.
it was wild how like off-putting it was, and like a couple of drivers afterwards, if you watch the race reviews, were like, yeah, that was the wrong tire choice. Like
Yeah,
they were quite upset at the hard tire, and I was just like, I was because like every time I saw someone put on hards, I was like, "What are you doing? Stop! You can see it's not working."
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Leclerc. If he didn't have that hard tire on at the end, he would have been in third, like
Dude,
no doubt. And I
straight up.
understand that they didn't have any unused mediums left, but
Y- Like
even a soft tire probably would have been way better than
I was
that
gonna
hard
say,
tire.
like they could have pushed themselves in the third in the end there in the third quarter or third whatever you want to call it stint
I think, yeah, I
with a
think
soft
either way, if he put on a hard tire or a soft tire, Lando would have passed him because Lando
straight
was
up.
just catching up so aggressively to Russell. I mean, he almost passed him at the very end, and so with Leclerc holding onto that tire for the same amount of time, it would not have. I don't think it would have changed much unless
Yeah.
it was the medium tire.
No, it was it the medium tire was like the most dense you could have picked for that race. I think if they did like and it's hard to say because I don't know how many they had, a medium or a medium soft strategy would have been probably the best
Because that was
overall.
Russell's, right? Or did he go
Yes.
medium hard soft? I
I
think he went
think
medium soft.
yeah, he went medium soft and he stayed up there. And oh, okay, were you watching live by chance?
No.
Okay, so interesting thing about Russell. I'm glad you mentioned him. You know in those 1940 cartoons where it's like a mouse in like a steamboat and everything's like going wrong. He's pulling all the levers, shoveling coal in it, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell's car was just like breaking that whole race.
Oh, absolutely. Like his transponder was going crazy where it looked like he was in 20th, and I was like, oh, did
Yeah,
he crash or something? Yeah, his car was just going haywire, and the fact that multiple cars had DRS issues, it's just like
yeah.
was I would like to know more about that, obviously, because like was it just like a radio wave thing that was going on, or like what something had to have happened around there to have it them
I
all
was
kick off.
I had the timing app up, which isn't the best, but you can tell what end it's happening on. Like when it was China, it was all of China was watching that one website, so
Yeah.
it was like causing the website to crash. This was like, yo, what the hell, Bahrain? Like
Yeah, I
something.
mean, I have no clue what happened. Some of them are saying that the curbs are so serrated that it could knock it loose.
What?
But I don't think like they haven't had a problem in any other time they've been here.
No.
You know, like because I know Norris's DRS was a little off, or no, his DRS was wonky because Russell's timing wasn't being shown back, so they couldn't tell if he was close enough or not.
Yeah. So that made
Leclerc's wasn't
Russell.
turning on. Russell's wasn't turning on. So like I don't know. It seemed just very suspicious at that point.
It was a little sus. I don't want to bring out my tinfoil hat and say like Christian Horner was hitting a big red button trying to disrupt people or anything, but it may have been Zach Brown.
I mean, it hurt him also. Like
I
Norris
know.
was getting affected by it as well. But yeah,
It's
I have no clue kind of what was going on there.
that
But
that
I
was
mean, Norris
weird.
also earlier with like I have a red light on or something that popped on his dash and it like went off after
Yeah.
a while, but it's still the same thing of that shouldn't be happening. You know,
Yeah,
you
I am
don't spend
also
millions of dollars on a car and have it break that easy.
it was very strange how it was like it seemed like it was like paper mache. An odd thing I did notice, and I was a little upset more action didn't come from it, was Pure Gasly and Esteban Ocon. They're on different teams, and I was hoping they would fight it out a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think Ocon was just too far back at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
I was a little upset. I wanted those two to like now that they're not under contract to not kill each other. I was like, what would happen
yeah,
if they met?
I mean, you kind of saw it with Sainz and Hamilton for a second.
That
Of
was sick.
Sainz was trying his darn hardest in Williams to hold off a Ferrari, which is in itself a feat.
That was impressive.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously Hamilton was going to pass him, but you saw Sainz kind of get that fiery.
Yeah.
No, like
He's like,
it very much was personal on his account.
how dare you take my seat? Ah!
Yeah, no, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about because Sainz got a penalty before he DNF'd
Yeah.
for the collision, and I don't know how I feel.
No, no.
Honestly,
It was with Yuki, right?
I think so. They kept saying it was for Stroll, and I knew that
No.
was incorrect.
No, that because the guy kept like missaying names throughout the entire
Yeah,
race, which was
it
kind
was.
of annoying.
Yeah, it was very much being annoying.
But
But
it was I would say it was Yuki. I gotta go back and check, but I remember his back tire hitting the side pod, and that's what caused the safety car to come out because all the debris flew
yeah,
everywhere.
all the debris kind of flicked on. Um, I'm trying to find a replay of it here. I can't quite find one. But I remember thinking, I don't think that was Carlos's fault, and they were very much blaming him
No,
for it.
I agree with you, but then it didn't kind of matter in the end, other than it goes on his license because he had to like go out. He DNF'd.
Yeah, I mean, he DNF'd because he got hit. Like,
Yeah, I don't I do not feel it was you, but also I don't think it was Yuki either. I feel racing incident is what that marked up to be, because like everyone was sliding constantly all over the track, no matter what compound, which was nice for us.
yeah, yeah. I
I
mean, there was some very good racing there of it, but yeah, you can see during the turn, like Yuki loses the back end of the car.
right.
Like I don't, which is why I don't understand kind of why. I guess like you could say that Carlos minorly turned into him, but if
It
anything,
was
yeah, I would have just
barely.
called it an accident, and that's
Yeah.
about it. But
Yes,
like,
Loopy Spummy is in this over on YouTube. I was
yeah,
just talking to Chip.
I would say it would have just been more of an incident because you could see his back end flicks out. So I mean, the amount
Yeah.
of he got a snap of oversteer, smacked Signs, and then Signs had everything to pay for it, and he got kind of nothing for it. You know?
Which sucks, but also it's like I don't think I yeah, I agree. No penalty for signs. That's the FIA being fully insufferable assholes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
down the grid, we got Berman in 10th, which is great.
Drive of a lifetime from him.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. You got a
Starting
point.
20th, starting 20th to 10th for a rookie, and that is
Bro.
all props.
Like
All props there.
guy has an accent I hate, but everything else I love about him. He's doing great. Like
Yeah, no, he that was a drive of a lifetime. I mean, same thing with Verstappen. Like he went from 20th to 6th, which
yeah,
is he did have help from the safety car, no doubt. But
true.
um I mean, in any case, like you're gaining all those places back. That's you
Yeah.
gain 14 places, no matter who it is or how it's done.
That's
That's going to be
impressive.
impressive.
Big claps, big spummies from Spummy, you know. That
Yeah, big
big
spums over here.
big curds from Spummy. That's I
Yeah,
I do feel bad about little Kimi Antonelli not getting up into the points, but
I
he's
will say I don't understand why they pitted him for softs
yeah.
the second time.
Yeah, I was gonna say his
I
strategy was pure Ferrari. Uh,
Yeah, I have genuinely no clue why they did that, and that completely messed up his race. Because
it
not
did.
only did he put those on, he put those on right before the safety car, so he dropped places, wasn't going to gain those back at that point. Pitted again during the safety car because they realized they made a mistake,
Which is
and
just
then like he just had no way of recovering after that.
which sucks because the kid is a great driver. He is so
Yeah,
good. He is so good. I want to see him get a podium, like you know a win this year in his first year. I think he could
yeah,
do it.
I think he's podium potential. I just think the top three or even the top five are just very competitive at this point. So I don't know if he'll be.
No, I think it's going to be during a race weekend when there's a bunch of rain. Those guys are taken out and he shows off. Like that's
Yeah,
my parlay.
yeah. I mean, maybe I can see him on the podium. I don't know if I can see him necessarily winning yet. Um, I think
Uh,
he might need a couple more years just to.
nah, get a win, get that ego boost, and then you know, you, like
He'll get there. He'll again. He's only 18. He will get there. He has
so was
time.
Max during his first win. Don't you even like he
He just barely
debuted
turned
and
18.
Max debuted, didn't have his license, and won his first race.
Yeah, but that's also a Max Verstappen. You know, like.
Loopy says, "Wouldn't driving on soft speed better than just pitting again?" He says in YouTube chat. Yeah, it would have been. It would have been harder, but he could have handled it. Like I 100% agree. Then
Yeah, I don't know.
down the line is Albon. with his attitude. Fuck him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Albon, sure,
Sure, no.
gained 3 places. I feel like gaining 3 places in a normal race would have been impressive, but or not impressive, but like good.
Yeah,
Nothing
but
crazy.
he didn't really have an intense race. I feel so there wasn't much. There
No.
was Hajar, he's hanging out back there. He
Yeah.
he was fine. Same with Jack Duan. Duan, though, I suspect is still in pain from his wreck.
Yeah, he'll get there. He'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Also, like he's gonna have to get over the scariness of the crashes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like-
dude is shook.
Yeah, but I mean that's his best finish that he's had all year.
Which is good, and he
Yeah.
he outdid Fernando Alonso and Liam Lawson. So I mean,
Yeah.
he's beating another quote unquote rookie, but Lawson's not a rookie; he just sucks now. And
I mean he's keeping up.
he's keeping up, and he's beating Fernando, but Fernando's just having a bad season. I'll say that.
I mean I don't even think it's his fault at this point. I think it's the car is just horrible, and I think they're just holding off until Newey can get his hands on it.
Pretty much. That's kind of like what Aston Martin's doing. Clanner in Twitch chat says a lot of young drivers nowadays in all racing are so hit and miss, with some not being worth a damn, but somehow making it to higher series. Current rookie grid right now, outside of Liam Lawson, I would say is actually hitting all tens. They're all doing well. Further,
I'd say the only one who's the most shaky is obviously doing, but I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's only been what 3 or 4 races, 4 races.
Yeah. Yes.
You just have to give him a little bit of a
Yeah.
a leeway there.
Yeah, we kick it down to Lance Stroll, who's in 17th. Fuck him, that window licker. Then Gabriel Bortoleto, another rookie, in 18th. I would
Also in
say,
a Sauber.
yeah, I was gonna say he's in a Sauber, so you have to be like, bro is like driving a tractor. He
Yeah.
still didn't disqualify and did not finish, which is saying something in a Sauber.
Yeah, he's
So-
he's doing his best.
He's doing
Which
his
is like
best.
you can't blame him for that. I think if
Yeah.
he was in another car, obviously he'd be doing very well. But yeah,
He was an F2 champion,
That would
so
be-
he can drive. He can drive,
Yeah.
that guy. But yeah, that's the grid there, and that went well. What is the next week's race? What's the next race, Spummy?
I think we're in Jeddah.
Okay, upcoming F1 race. Is it Jeddah? Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Oh my God! All right, let's see
I
here.
was like, I'm pretty sure.
Saudi Arabia Grand Prix map. I just want to show it on screen here. Oh, dude, this stupid track.
It's great. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's so fast.
Exactly.
It's so fast. Oh my God. Like, all right, what are you expecting out of next? Like, let's get some things here. Let's get some things. First, what questions do you have about the next race for me, Spummy? I want your thing.
I will be interested to see how the tires fare again. I mean, the weather is going to be somewhat the same, you know?
Yeah, the weather is just going to be hot.
Yeah, and so I want to know how the tires will be. Obviously, the hard tire didn't do very well, and I want to say that was more to temperature, like track temperature,
Right.
rather than anything else. So if the hard tire is still not going to be there, then are they going to kind of allocate better this time? Because Ferrari could have easily been a podium if
Yeah.
they had medium tires left.
I would agree. I would agree with you there on that one. The thing is, like, I feel like it's gonna be just like we're gonna start with a medium or soft, and then it's just gonna like they're just gonna go for whatever's the fastest. We're not gonna see any hards because everyone's hating on the hard boys right now.
Yeah.
I will say though, like the turns in this track, the neat track. Oh, it is a neat track, Kleiner. The turns on this are so sharp. So anyone who has like an understeery car is just gonna get fucked.
Yeah, which is the epitome of the hard tire on that last race.
Yeah, so that's like we're gonna see softer compounds, which means a more intense strategy. and a lot closer racing on a very fast track. And either it's going to be people are going to be yellow flagging all over the place, or we're going to get another Japan Grand Prix where everyone lines up.
Yeah, and that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
No, I think with the amount of overtakes this last race, I think they're getting more confident.
Yeah.
So I would want to see. I think I'm seeing a lot more overtakes already. Obviously, Bahrain's full of that anyway. But
Yeah.
like, if they have the confidence to go for those, then they're gonna try more often, which means that we might see a lot more yellow flags if
Well,
obviously it doesn't work out.
in Sector 1 and Sector 3, there's two corners that are good for overtaking. Most of the overtakes are going to be happening in the DRS zones here.
Yeah, and the kind of the end of Sector 2 and the beginning of
Sector
I guess
1.
kind of the end.
Yeah, and
The
then
end of
if anyone's daring, this back turn here, which is you're not supposed to overtake in it, but your boy in F1 2024 does.
define overtake. Do you mean overtake and break your entire front wing, or do you mean overtake and have no damage?
There is a way to do it in the video game. I'm doing the full in Kerbal Space Program. I did blank. You can go around the outside with light fluttering of braking and do an outside overtake. It's just you then have to get really hard on the gas and make sure you don't pop out with too much understeer and hit the wall.
I mean, I could see like a Bearman taking over right there where I mean he kind of did the same thing in Singapore.
Yeah.
Not Singapore, China.
Yeah, that's the Chinese first turn, yeah.
Yeah, one of the last turns.
Oh. Oh yes.
Where he was doing the switchback pretty much every single time.
Right. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I was misunderstood.
Because every time he would overtake, he would say "ciao," and that was the switchback on kind of that like tighter corner.
Yeah.
I want to say.
What a douchebag! Ciao.
No, I respect it. Hey, listen, I get it.
It's just like everyone can hear your radios, man. We get it.
I want to say turn 14. It was the one that he was overtaking on.
Okay.
And that is, I mean, same, just complete hairpin right there. So I mean, it's possible for sure. I think he would be the one to do it.
You're gonna think Bourbon's okay.
He's not gonna finish top 5 or anything. I'm not saying that. I think if there are gonna be a good overtakes on that corner, it will be him.
Okay. I'm putting down predictions. Borman doing sick overtakes.
He's been doing really well with his overtakes.
Really
I'll give it to him. Yeah, his racecraft is on par. Especially like finishing high and gaining 6 places? Or no, 6, 9. No, he gained 10 places.
Yeah, he was doing
gaining 10 places in a Haas is very impressive.
Yeah. I'm prejudged against people who say "ciao," says Loopy.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of sick. I'll give it to him. That was took some balls to do that.
All right, what's the third thing you want to see or want to predict out of this next race?
Want a prediction? I honestly think Hamilton might get his first podium here. He has the lap record. He's been doing really well.
Really?
If Ferrari doesn't fuck up their strategy, which
you said
it. I already know they're going to. I mean, they fucked it up last week. They fucked it up the week before.
But there is the Ferrari balance where they have to come back really hard and give their fans.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point the Ferrari balance does come into effect.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see.
All right, I'm gonna say we're gonna see our first red flag.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna say we're gonna see our first red flag. I don't know if it's gonna be from a rookie or from one of the events, but
I was gonna say, who do you think it's gonna be from?
Let me actually think. Tentative Liam Lawson.
Tentative.
Yeah, tentative
I'm
Liam
gonna say
Lawson.
Tentative. Dare I say Alonso red flag?
What?
No, I'm gonna say tentative. Nah, I was gonna say a Gasly red flag, but I don't think. Well, because he's just been pushing so hard. If you push too hard on this track, you're gonna crash out.
Yo, no, this track has had some you wreck hard on this track. There's no room for error.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm like, if someone's pushing too hard, which is either going to be a mid-tier team, it's going to be a mid-tier team. It's not going to be a low-tier team.
That's why I'm saying
It's not going to be a Sauber. A Sauber's not going to crash out during this.
No.
Lawson is a very real possibility. I honestly think I wanted to say maybe Hajar. He pushes very hard.
He does, and he's not a. This is I don't know if this is a good thing. He's not afraid to wreck.
Yeah.
like dude will throw his car into the wall if he believes he will get a single position.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would say, yeah, I would say Liam Lawson. So you would say the
overall
the
V-carb.
Yeah, V-carb.
Overall V-carb.
V-carb. Yeah, V-carb is just angry.
Flag.
V-carb. Who knows if it's going to be that. I also think they're kind of opposite. Ferrari, Strat, go Burr. I think Ferrari's going to have a really bad Strat this race.
Okay.
Like they're gonna double pit and put on wets or something. Like that's what's gonna happen. And
yeah,
spaghetti.
we'll see. I'm hoping that they will take Hamilton's feedback into consideration for this race.
I hope so too. I do too, but I don't like smoking copium. I like smoking reefer. That's just how I am.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the last weird prediction I would say is it rains. No, I would say Aston gets points.
I think out of the two of them will get points. Stroll's been the only one to get points.
I hate that I'm thinking it's gonna be Stroll.
Yeah.
I don't like that it is, but I would say Stroll is gonna get
I mean, he started out very well and very quickly went back to his regularly scheduled program of ass.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's gonna be like the red flag happens or a safety car or something. He gets really close, is able to do an overtake on a rookie or something, and he's like 10th or 9th or something like that. Like he gets a couple. Like
I guess we'll see where he qualifies and see if that car actually kicks up a little bit.
All right, Spummy, your top 3.
I still think Piastri's gonna get through there. He's quick out of the corners. Is the problem that Norris has compared to him.
True. All right.
So I think, especially in like this, he'll be able to
pop
get out of those
fast.
corners quickly. Yeah, and keep it on. Norris has been struggling to keep it on track.
Okay, so Piastri 3 or 2 or 1?
Piastri 1. I think Russell 3. No, I think Russell 2.
You did mention Hamilton.
I know, and now I'm like, I actually don't think he's going to be
there. Because that make Hamilton 3. Oh, you can hear the sweat dripping from Spummy right now. Oh no. I
want to say Piastri 1. Piastri 1, I fear, is going to be... Not fear. That's going to be... I feel like that's going to be solid.
Okay.
I think... Okay, I'll go Norris 2, Hamilton 3. Russell 4th.
Okay. Norris 2, Hamilton 3. I see. All right. And then me, I'm going to think... I'm going to say Norris 1, actually. I'm going to say Norris 1. Russell, no, God, Russell, no, you've already done too much. You've done too much. Oh my God, I'm gonna say Max. I'm actually gonna go Verstappen too, because he's just gonna pull it out finally, and then you know what? Screw you, Piastri and Hamilton. Leclerc.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for Leclerc. I think Leclerc can do it. I do.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that. All right, I'm putting these in the vault. Control S, Control Shift S. Jeddah predictions. So we can pull these out later. I'm not going to look at them again. Until then, there they are, Spummy. We've predicted them. That was easy. Anything else you have to say today?
I don't think so. I hope Signs
Hope
gets
Signs.
his shit together.
Yeah, that's it, right? You really hope
That's
Signs
it.
gets his shit
That's it.
together.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Nothing crazy.
I hope Sonoda gets more points. That's where I'm
Yeah.
at with it. I hope Sonoda gets points. I hope Signs, can keep his seat. And
No, Signs will keep his seat. I have no doubt about that. He pulls in too much sponsorship money.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for a Kick Sauber 1-2. Yeah.
Always Kick Sauber 1-2. Stroll in third place. Let's get it.
No, Kick Hulkenberg 1, Bartolomeo 2. Mazepin somehow gets 3. It's just
And Latifi comes back.
And Latifi was driving the safety car the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You think it's Kick Sauber. You have a Logan Sargent in second place, actually.
Oh, that makes me happy. All right, everyone, go follow Spummy on Twitch. Go follow me on Twitch. I'm still live over there. I'm ending the YouTube stream. Say bye to YouTube, everybody.